What's going on, guys? Anthony from Simple Tech Talk here where I help you get the most out of your Android device. And today I just wanted to go into something a little differently for you guys. First off, it's a beautiful day. We reported to get a snowstorm in a couple days, so I want to take advantage of the blue skies and a clear day and just talk to you guys about a couple of do's and don'ts that I always recommend or don't recommend for an Android device. One of the things that I come across a lot when people first get a brand new Android device is start downloading a ton of applications, just downloading crazy stuff. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with downloading applications, but what I definitely recommend is take your time. Take your time when you download. Get used to your phone first and foremost, and downloading apps, you have to be careful. Some apps are data hogs, they're battery hogs, and you come in and complain about your phone dying way too much, and it's like, oh, when'd you get your phone? I got it 3 days ago. And then I look and it's like 40 different apps on there. There's no way you're using that many apps, right? So right away you're building on your cache data, you're building on your processing power. It's dedicating so much, you probably even set any of those up. That's a big don't that I recommend. Another thing that I tell people nowadays don't do on a new Android device is to download any of those that promise to do RAM boosting or cleaning up your phone, things like that. We don't want to do that. You don't want to use those guys because they're actually using more RAM, more processing power to clean your device, right? What they're doing is running in your background to kill apps that are running in your background. And that's a little bit of redundancy right there, and that's just overbearing and overdoing it. So just keep that in mind when you're messing around with a new Android phone or anything like that. The other thing that I would definitely say to do with an Android is play around with some of the settings, messing around with developer options, messing around with the speed at which the animation works. So that way your phone looks and feels faster. It's definitely a tip that I would definitely show you guys, and getting into developer options, I could show you how to do that if you're very interested in that. Leave me a comment below and let me know. I'll do that, or like this video and give me enough likes, I'll do a video based on setting up developer options. Really cool way to beast mode your phone. I've seen plenty of YouTube videos that do that. You could find those. If you want me to do it, I'll do it, because why not? Another one that I would recommend is getting used to the camera. These phones nowadays, the cameras are phenomenal, and if you have been paying attention, this is actually being filmed right now on an Android, a Samsung S6 Edge right now. So I mean, look at the quality. What do you think? These cameras can do everything nowadays. No, I've been learning more and more that they don't rival DSLRs at all, but they definitely hold a candle of their own when it comes to quality. I'm able to take some really crisp pictures. I'm really playing around with those things. I'm able to film right now in not even 4 HD. It's one of those where I just like my high resolution on my video, so why not, right? So play around with your camera, get used to that, and take advantage of what it can do for you. And on our back end, I definitely recommend a memory card. So do get a memory card if your phone can support one. Talking about the camera, these photos, these videos, they take a tremendous amount of space now because the quality is so high. So I definitely recommend getting into a memory card. Don't go out there and spend 10 bucks on a 16 gig card. Get that 128, get that 64 gig if that's a better budget one for you. Those are better for you in terms of saving stuff. So that's another do that I recommend for sure. I definitely recommend learning the idea of putting a fingerprint and putting a password on your phone and locking your device and protecting yourself. People do have ways of getting into your phone. People do have ways of getting into your information. Another a do that I would recommend, and I've actually said this in one of my previous videos, saving passwords somewhere else other than your device. So don't save them on your device, save them on paper. Maybe you have like a daily planner or something like that, or in a desk somewhere, but write down your Gmail. That's important. Write down your Gmail, write down your password, and save it somewhere where you're gonna find it. No, it doesn't have to be completely exposed for everybody to find it, but at the same time, the worst thing is when your phone is frozen, it's locked out, and the only thing we can do is erasing the phone, which I don't ever recommend as a solution. But let's say we lose our device. Let's say your phone gets stolen, you drop it and break it, you get a replacement, right? Things like that. What's the first thing you have to do? Log back into your Gmail and put in that password. And if you don't know your password, all that information that has been backed up, if you've backed it up, is now lost. So a big do write it down. Do write down your password. don't store it in the phone, because another thing that happens, you lock your phone and you don't remember your password, or your fingerprint scanner's not working, and what happens? Your password's stuck inside the phone, right? So that's a big do and don't, I guess. Another thing that I don't recommend is leaving your Bluetooth on. Don't leave it on. It's a big battery drainer. Your Bluetooth is sending out a massive signal trying to connect to something until it does. Unless you're connected to a smartwatch, I don't recommend leaving Bluetooth on all day. It's a big battery drainer. You know, turn off Bluetooth when you're not using it, unless you are connected to a device. So lastly, I definitely recommend when it comes down to your phones is really understanding what it can do for you. So, you know, there's so many different people out there who just don't know what they don't know, and whether or not they should go into an Android phone just because everybody else is doing it, you know. Or the worst thing I see is when people get grandma or grandpa their first smartphone and don't give them support. That's just a big no-no. You know, you leave these guys high and dry when they get a first smartphone that they don't know about basic gestures like pinch to zoom on a photo. Nobody really expects grandma and grandpa to know that. When we think about it, you know, there are generational gaps where those guys come from either a flip phone or just a home phone, and that's good enough. So showing them the most basic things and being their support is a big deal. I do want to get into more basic function of our smartphones in some of my videos, and just keeping a whole basic section, so that way guys like them can be recommended to come to a video channel like mine. And that's just an idea for me. I don't know what you think, but yeah, sure, you know. But that's a little bit about my rant and my rave, you know. Other than that, you know, I'm all about customization. So make those phones yours. Keep pushing and maximizing what these guys can do for you. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace. That's my rant. Boom. Lastly, what I definitely would recommend for people when it comes down to their phones is, let's see, I don't even know.